Click the link below for a 30-day free trial of Audible. Yo! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some more Jujutsu Kaisen content. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today a certain topic was weighing heavy on my tiny duck-shaped heart here. And really, I think that it has more so to do with the JJK community because, again, as a person that's been in the anime and manga sphere for a good amount of time, I've seen my fair share of slander, right? I sometimes partake in some slanderous activities myself. Y'all know how I feel about One Piece. If you ever mention One Piece on my channel, you might get banned, and that's okay. That's just how things go here. I don't make the rules. I mean, it is my channel. I guess I do make the rules. But before we start today's video, guys, please make sure you use code DAFFY10 at your next purchase at animeexpress.com. Please make sure that you get yourself something nice like a hoodie, a t-shirt, a Pokeball, or even like some anime-inspired lights, anything anime-related that you need. Please make sure you head on over there. Link will be in the description below. Please make sure you use my code. That is DAFFY10. And yeah, let's get on to it. Today, I wanted to talk about Megumi Fushiguro, one of the protagonists or deuteragonist or whatever, however you pronounce it, of Jujutsu Kaisen. And I think that a lot of people are not giving Megumi a fair shake. Now, specifically when it comes to Megumi's life, it has been fraught with a whole lot of not good stuff. His dad traded him into this random assortment of sorcerers who he has really no idea who they were. All he knows is the Zenin Clan were full of people that weren't necessarily great, and that his dad, for all he knows, his dad is gone, whatever. And this random dude with white hair is like, hey man, you want to over about your dad? You let me know, I'll tell you. But also, yeah, Zenin Clan, they would pay a lot of money for you, just letting you know. As well as the fact that his mother is not really in the picture as well, and he has his half-sister, Tsumiki, who he is indebted to, and he loves as he considers her basically his sister, half or not. And that's really the only family he has got in this world, man. Now, Megumi has always been sort of, I want to say a little more reserved, a little quieter, right? Kind of similar to Chihiro from Kagurabachi, right? He's not very outspoken, not super extroverted. He's also not super great at making friends. He typically plays a straight man in a lot of situations. He's not super comedic, but there is a certain charm about him. And especially when he gets into very intense situations in battle, his personality kind of opens up a little bit. He takes on this like madman-esque personality. It's actually really cool to see. He took this on against one of the finger bearers and against his fight with Reggie when he's, pointing up in the ceiling. He's like, there's a shadow above you too. He has the maniacal grin on his face. I like Megumi. I enjoy Megumi. I enjoy the fact that we actually get to see his powers evolve. We see him initially reaching into his shadow, thinking that, okay, this is a step up for me. And then going into the Culling games, he's straight up just like hiding in dude's shadows and choking him out. It's cool. I like it, right? I love his intellect, especially in terms of battles. I know there's that whole potential man meme going around to him. I don't necessarily think that's fair. Number one, the story of Jujutsu Kaisen is not done at this point, so I would kind of hold off on all those memes until we know for sure that his arc is finished. But today I want to talk about something specifically relating to Megumi, and that is how people are calling Megumi a bum. They're calling him a fraud. Not the potential man memes. I'm talking about something totally different. So when Sukuna took over Megumi's body in chapter 212, Sukuna had a plan that he wanted to act out. Sukuna wanted the 10 shadows, but mostly Mahoraga because of how crazy Mahoraga as a weapon is. And understandably so. I mean, if I was a body switcher or something like that, I'm taking that shit. Give me that. But you say the way them niggas was boxing Shibuya, you saw what I'm saying? Listen, Vincent Chasgard, whoever the fuck his name is, bro, kudos to him and the rest of the team on the Blu-ray editions of that fight, man. Ooh, that one POV of the wheel, and it was just like static while the rest of the motion was going. Bro, that fight is so sick. Sorry, I had to glaze the animators that Mappa decided to torture for a second. I apologize. But when Sukuna took over Megumi's body, he also had a feeling that his body would be able to hold his very presence, because it's been said that Sukuna's fingers, there's a very high chance if you ingest that, it's just gonna fucking kill you because of it's basically radioactive, unless you're soaked in plot juice or something. And then when we look at what Meguna, or Sukuna and Megumi's body ended up doing, Sukuna ended up, what was the first thing he did? He tricked Angel. He transformed his head into this monstrous, it looked like a fish, like a piranha or some shit. Bit off Angel's arm, or Hana's arm, threw her off a building, and then punched Yuji through like 3 different buildings. Then he took Megumi's body, rode off into the sunset with Urame, and laughed at Yuji while he was sitting there screaming out, Fushiguro! Yamera! And then we have Urame actually cooking up a whole little fucking stew, goddamn rice and peas, worth of cursed corpses and different curses that Sukuna soaked in. He literally got butt ass naked, stripped down to not even a loincloth, this bare ass, and just sit in demon juice for however long. It was a long amount of time. I don't think it was a month or anything like that. I never got a concrete date on that. But then we go from that to this Sukuna actually going out trying to get Mahoraga for a little test drive action, you saw what I'm saying? And so he goes, kills Ryu, right? Ryu tries to make a move on a boom! Right, hits him with the Resident Evil special on his head, right? Just lasers his head, just then Sukuna goes, kills Tsumiki, or Yorozu, but Yorozu in Tsumiki's body. Then Sukuna engages in possibly, obviously top 3 fights in JJK, possibly top 2 JJK fights, and kills Gojo Satoru as well. So I'm gonna do a quick little recap real quick. Sukuna bathed and sunk Megumi's soul down and basically beat it to hell when he was sitting in that bath of evil. He went, killed, as for all Megumi knows, some random bystander, some random sorcerer, killed his own sister with his own technique, gravely injured some random innocent girl that he saved years and years and years ago, threw off a building, and he also killed his mentor as well with his own bare hands. Now, I don't care who you are. This would break pretty much anybody. This is absolutely horrific stuff. So when we go to the chapter where Yuta and Yuji, they are enacting their plan, Yuta calls down the Jacob's ladder at maximum output. Yuji gets ready. He slams Sukuna's body with a little haymaker. Just, you saw him. And then we actually have Yuji seeing a Megumi soul, and he's sitting there looking defeated, saying, I can't do this anymore. I've had enough. And he just keeps saying, I've had enough. Now, a lot of people were so frustrated, and I still see so much frustration online when people talk about Megumi, like, oh, you need to lock in all these deaths. This is your fault. This is your fault. Well, why are you doing? Why are you selling? Bro, you gotta understand, number one, this is a young man. This dude is not an adult. He's a teenager. So there's obviously, he's not emotionally developed yet. Obviously, yes, with whatever the plot Gege is gonna be writing, it's gonna be whatever Gege's thought process is gonna be at the time, is how he moves it. But yes, he's still a teenager at the end of the day. And again, this is some horrific, traumatic stuff. Your body is being hijacked, but you got literally a passenger side view of everything that's going on. Well, literally Sukuna said, hey, bump that. Let me get Beelzebub, Satan, and Madara Uchiha, and let them ghost ride that bitch. You saw what I'm saying? I mean, this man was first-hand viewing just absolute horror and terror, bro. And then I see a lot of people talking about some, oh, but Yuji had something similar in Shibuya. Yeah, he did, but also Yuji had Todo. Megumi, yes, Megumi is close with Yuji, yes, and he has that whole thing, you need to save me, Yuji, which is actually a pretty cool callback to when Megumi had that little campfire scene with Yuji, and he says, you need to save me first. It's pretty interesting. Good foreshadowing on Gege's part. Megumi this is not the same person. This is a very human reaction. There are so many things that would break me that wouldn't break you. There's things that wouldn't break you that would break me. This is not the same thing going on. And people forget, Yuji was done. Yuji was absolutely clapped in Shibuya when Maito started beating on him and started, having his whole villain monologue. Yeah, dude, Yuji's about to give up. Now, what do I think is going to happen? Clearly, I think that Yuji is going to make one last attempt, right, when he's trying to rip out Sukuna's heart or something like that, and he actually gets to see Megumi's soul. He's going to start screaming, start punching Megumi in the face or something. Straight like Naruto Sasuke type energy. But I really just don't think that a lot of people are really thinking about this in a logistical way, man. People are like, oh, he's a fucking bum. He's a fucking bum. What would you do? And tell me what would you do? But I've seen some straight up like those like internet tough guy memes. I've seen so much of that recently. People are like, oh my god, if I was in Megumi's shoes, I would make sure that Sakura would die. There's nothing that I would do to make sure that he suffered. Like, come on, bro. Listen, it is okay to admit that it would hurt your feelings. Imagine killing your sister and basically your godfather, right? More or less your godfather, but your sensei, your father figure, whoever, right? And inflicting mortal and serious danger on tons of people, as well as killing like 3 other people that you barely knew, as well as bisecting one of your superiors. He bisected Yuta with his hands as well. Like, dude, I get it. I wouldn't want to be a part of it either. I would literally just want to die. Point is, man, y'all need to hop off Megumi's meat, bro. I'd really just think that this whole discussion and everything online, it is unwarranted. I don't think that it is productive. Y'all would literally rather victim blame Megumi than actually look at the person who hijacked his body and started committing all these atrocities. That's crazy. The mental gymnastics. Brother, we at Sky Zone. We're doing flips and tricks. What's happening? But, yeah, it's my boy Daffy, guys. I will see you in the next video. Let me know what you guys think about Megumi and this whole the fraud bum situation, slanderous accusation, false accusations going on against our boy Megumi, man. But yeah, it's my boy Daffy, guys. I will see you in the next video. Y'all make sure to take care of yourselves, guys. Have a good one. Peace.